And welcome to the Business Spotlight. I'm Pat Dewar. We have an excellent show today. I'm so grateful for this particular guest. Her name is Sherry Prindle. Sherry is a coach, a mentor, and a speaker talking to not only, I'll say, this nation, but she has touched others as well. Every day she finds the way to really see what a person's purpose, their passion, connect those two to create a massive income for those folks. I'm so grateful that she's here. Sherry, thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you so much. What an honor. You are quite the man about town. Everyone knows you.
Well, thank you so much. It's actually, this show is really about you. And I want to say thank you for all that you've done for me. This last year, you've been able to help me. You call it pull me off of the edge, so to speak. And I'm just grateful for that. But I want to get into the fact that you touch people in a way, you help people really connect their passion, their purpose, and to create synergy and income out of that that's excellent and superior to most people in your industry. What's your story? How do you create that?
So I was always the one that had a dream, right? And every time I was talking to the kids on the playground, it was always, what do you want to be when you grow up? And all the way through high school, I would be like, you could do this, you could do that. That was just always what it was about. So I have a coach training school, and I believe that you're just born a coach. Everyone that comes to my school, the only thing they have in common is people have always come to me for advice. So I just couldn't help it. It was just like, life is about following your dreams. And then people go get a job doing something they hate.
That doesn't make any sense.
No, right?
Really, it's like, don't do that.
So I never did that. I want you to know I never did that. Not to say I didn't work at Long John Silver's in high school, but from the time I got my undergraduate degree and traveled the world and got my graduate degree, I've always just thought, well, if it's what I'm doing for a living, shouldn't I be doing what I do best and what I love doing,
Yeah. So tell me about the programs that you've set up and how you got there. It'd be really good to hear.
Yeah. So I lived in the Midwest, just a normal childhood. And as an exchange student, I went overseas.
Really?
And I got to lived in Japan for 4 years, Russia for 3 years, and ended up being in TV and radio in those places. Mm-hmm. And recognized, okay, wait, people are really inspired by what I'm doing in this arena. So when I came back to the United States and went to graduate school and thought, what do I want to be when I grow up? I thought, well, the one thing I could always do is speak to people. Mm-hmm. Only I didn't like radio because we talked about pop culture.
Right.
And I didn't like TV news because in TV news they kind of create news where there isn't news, and they ask people the question they don't want to answer, and I didn't like seeing people squirm.
Yeah.
So I thought, how do I use that skill? And it was like, wait a minute. There's this thing called training seminars and workshops where I get to talk about things people want to hear and not make them squirm, but make them excited and use my gift. And it was like the first time I taught a seminar, I could hear it. Click. I had found exactly what my calling was. And then it came back to, wait, everybody should be doing what their calling is.
Yeah. Well, and you're really good at not only tapping into what your DNA was really made for, but you see in others what that secret is. Was there a time when it was tough in that transition from trainer to becoming not just proficient, but really good at wanting people wanting you back for things like that?
You know what? I think the hardest part for me and for my clients is asking for money. So I'd been helping people like that forever, just like when you came on board and I was kind of working with you. Oh, yeah, here, take as much of my time as you want. Here, pick my brain. Look, I have a little worksheet for you. Let me take you through this. That was fine. But then I was like, wait, I'm defying the very thing I'm trying to do, because the idea is not just to connect your passion and purpose, but make a profession and profit out of it. And I was not doing that. So the hard part was, you know what, let's schedule a coaching session that's 90 minutes and it's going to cost this.
Yeah. Well, it's the pick your brain fee kind of thing. Because a lot of people will do that. They'll come to you and say, hey, can I pick your brain? And I go, yeah, well, sure, there's a fee for that. Because you've invested a ton to become the woman that you are. And I sense that, and I see that, and I'm so grateful that you've created a way to generate income. And you do this through what methods?
So I started out doing training seminars and actually then started coaching and then thought, coaching, man, that's it. When the people come to me and say, I want to follow my dream, my passion, not everybody's a speaker, but if you're a natural born coach, there are all kinds of coaches out there.
Right.
So I not only learned how to be a coach, but I trained people to become coaches, thinking that's it, that's the avenue where I can help people follow their dreams. But then I discovered that the coaching training was awesome, everyone loved it, but what they really loved the most was the coaching sessions from me that came with it, where I helped them discover what's your purpose really, like not like a head purpose, but a heart purpose. What are you really passionate about? And by the way, most people don't know what they're passionate about.
Yeah.
I helped them discover those things, and then I actually laid out the plan for making money doing it.
That is so cool. I know that one of the things that I've seen with you is that you inspire people. And after the break, one of the things I really want to get into is, do you ever run into folks that are, I want to say, fighting the unworthiness stick, fighting something that says, you know what, I'm just not sure if I'm really all that, and trying to rewire somebody to where they begin to believe in themselves, to where they begin to move forward, take action, and change lives. I think that's the real secret when it comes to changing or finding your passion, connecting it with your purpose, and then creating really a destiny that has some dollar signs next to it. The Business Spotlight today, we're talking with Sherry Prindle. We'll be right back.